Hi, this is Dale Janota with School Board Support Services. I'm a statistician where I do teacher salary and benefit studies throughout the nation, and I'm going to show you how your teacher salary and benefits compared in Imperial County. And all I have to do is to load in your districts, do this, and everything is done. Now, I know it's trying times now, but you still need a little training, never stops. I keep training myself. I'm 70 years old and I still don't know it all. And what I'm doing is I'm analyzing salary schedules with 2019-20 data. Now, not everybody has it, so if I don't have the 2019-20 data, I take the most current data. And I have a very unique way of looking at salary schedules. I like to look at things long range. And not only with salary, but I'm going to be looking with salary and benefits together. We're going to be looking at student teacher ratio and per diem. So you get a lot of different answers and you get a lot of questions answered. So, first of all, I do what I call a 26-year earning power approach to teacher salary schedules, where I take a teacher at your BA 30 starting salary. I'll walk him through your structure, defining the value of your plan with one number over a 26-year period. I move this to every district in California. There's 917 schools available in this report, but right now we're going to just look at your county. Okay, so when I look at the earning power, which is a nice way of looking at schedules because it shows you what the impact is upon an individual teacher, and then also what the impact is to the school district over a period of time. And I use 26 years because the average number of years of service current retirees have that are drawing off a retirement system is 26 years. Now I'm going to look at Calexico because that's a very unique district. When you look at salary alone, their earning power is $2,030,251. That's adding up to 26 numbers in terms of how I move them, and I move them consistently from district to district. Keep in mind, this is salary only. When I look at the county, Calexico was 172,000 below the county average, 8.5% below average, and they rank 15th in the county out of 17 schools. Now I'm going to go here and let you take a look at your numbers to see how you are. See, we take a look at some of these things. At the end, we're going to look at this one and show you how misleading some of this stuff is. Because looking at salary alone is not always the only indicator we should be looking at. And as bargainers, I'm sure you understand that. I've bargained professionally for many years. I'm 70 years old and I want to stay active, so I got to do something to help people that want to help themselves. So, anyway, I'm going to just look at Calexico some more here. I look at the entry level pay with the BA 30 column with the credential or the next smaller column. Okay, you can see there's their entry level pay. They're 5,800 below average, 12% below average, and they rank 15th. Then I look at the highest salary with the BA 45. Now, the reason I look at that number is normally in most states, BA 45 is the highest a person can get without a master's degree. Now, that's not true in California, but I have to consider when I do this nationally when districts want something of this nature, comparing with other states. So it's still a nice benchmark to use. So we can see here in the BA 45 where Calexico is, they're ranked 15th. And then I look at the top salary as well. Now, when I say top salary, some districts go on forever on their schedule. So if you have one of those, I just stop it at step 26 and footnote it. I include the master's stipend if it's on the side. Some of them have it built in. And I do not include the PhD. So we can see where Calexico is there. So when you look at salary only, they're saying, well, darn it, they're not too good. But let's take a look at benefits. So I'm going to go over here and see what districts provide for insurance here. So when I look at Calexico, okay, they pay $2,062 a month towards insurance for family, $891 for single. You can see the averages here in the county. So let's see what happens when and they're not settled yet. So I'm still using last year's salary schedule, okay? Or the most recent. In most cases, it's last year's. Okay, so then if I combine the benefits to the salary, and I do it two ways. I do it with salary and family insurance and salary and single. I like to emphasize the family insurance because most people are married at some point in time, even if it's only temporary. So now all of a sudden, wow, different number. 146,000 above average, 5.5% above average. Now they rank fifth. So we go over here, I'll put this down so you can see how yours are. Okay. Give you a little time here. Okay, then we'll go over here, we look at the BA 30 starting salary with benefits. Now they're fourth. Highest with the BA 45. They're sixth. This is with family insurance. Highest on the schedule. They're ninth. So you get a different story when you look at this, when you look at it with salary and benefits together. So then I do the same thing with single insurance. Okay. I think you're getting the gist of what I'm doing here. So I don't think I need to explain it any further here. Okay, and then when I look at the benefit comparison again, okay, we also have number of days, student-teacher ratio. Now, when I do student-teacher ratio, I'm not doing class size. I'm taking the total number of students divided by your teaching staff, so I get a student-teacher ratio. And you're going to see what happens when I look at that. Okay, so now I'm going to first of all look at it on a per diem basis. Naturally, when I did the salary before, and that used to be a big issue in California. Brawley's number one. Okay. There we go again. They're 15th. When I look at it with benefits, they're 5th. Not much deviation here because, most of the days have leveled out now over a period of time since most people are not dealing with furlough days anymore. Now let's look at student-teacher ratio. Okay. When I look at student-teacher ratio, Calexico on salary, ranked 12th. I'm pretty consistent because they're low there on salary. I'm going to look at salary and benefits together because that's more relevant. Okay, they're 5th. Now, that's kind of highly significant because normally when you're paid higher, this number is negative. Even Raleigh is a positive number there. It's not always that case, but I mean, they're well paid and they're not even settled yet. I shouldn't say, well, they're high paid. I'm making a judgment. I hate making judgments. Okay, but I want to look at who's number one here. Okay, number one based on student-teacher ratio. See that? They're number one. Okay, now let's see why. We like to look at why. I always like to look at why. So I'm going to go back here and look at what happened here. Okay. 12.45 is their student-teacher ratio, 183 days. So even though they're not a leader in salary, when I look at it, salary on a per-student basis, they're number one, even though they're here. Okay, now I want to go back to Calexico because they're not settled yet. And you can see why, because of the benefits. I mean, the teachers don't always understand the value of the benefits. They say they do, but they say, we don't want to count that. I've heard that so many times. They don't bargain so many contracts. Oh, just out of curiosity, you see the county average there? 2.2 million. The state average with 917 schools. So your county's paid about 10% more than the state average. Now, let's say you want to make a projection. and I allow this to happen here, you can decide on what happens if we add 2.5% to the salary. Okay, so I'm going to just put 2.5 there, and it increased everything 2.5%. Now you're paying a lot for insurance, but let's say it's even going to go up more. Let's say it's going to go up to 900 say this is family. It's going to go up to 2,700 for family. Let's say it's going to go up to 930 for single. Okay. All of a sudden, this is already you can making a proposal to see how you compare. All these numbers fix themselves. This took me a while to do. I mean, this study is about a year's work. So I think you can see what all that entails. Oh, geez, now they're number one with that proposal. And then with single insurance, they're with benefits. Okay. And then that changed to 930, that changed to 2,700, and they're checking out a proposal. Okay. So I don't know, I think there's a lot here for you. I love doing this. I've been doing salary and benefit studies for 35 years. I've had a lot of thank yous in my time. Anyway, I thought I want to share this with you, and I do sell this. Now, I pretty reasonable. Everybody says what I charge because what I have is pretty massive, and my fee for everything is $795 for the year. Now, when I say for the year, there's still about 250 schools in the state of California that don't have 2019-20 data yet. So what you'll be doing is you'll be getting updates between now and probably October as people settle. Now, if you happen to be in a group and you know more than I do, which in some cases my wife says doesn't take much, uh, and somebody's settled and you know it, you just tell me and I'll get the data for you. Matter of fact, I even had one person in Colorado, he just sent me the stuff for the district that he wanted in there because they settled just the day before, middle of the year, made a mid-year rate change. And that's something that we don't know always happens, but it does happen occasionally. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I know it's trying times now, but still a good idea to sit down and listen to things and see where you're at. And my name is Dale Janota. I've been doing this. There's my phone number. I like people to call me. I do answer my phone. I'm on call 23 hours a day. Now, the hour that I'm not available is probably the hour you're trying to get me. So try a half hour later and I should answer. I'm just having fun here. Okay, thank you much, and I hope to hear from you. I'm always available for you, and I got to figure out how to turn this thing off. There we go. Thank you much.